Everybody, welcome back to another video. My name is Keenaries, and today, I know I've been on a bit of a hiatus, except for that last Stanley video, which is very sad, but I felt that Thanksgiving was a necessary sort of day to come out of my hibernation of YouTube. I just haven't been feeling that, enthusiastic lately, but thanks to Thanksgiving, I'm giving you this video, so here comes my top 10 PS4 games that I'm grateful for. I have the, games right here, no spoilers yet, and let's get started into this game. Now, please, keep in mind that I haven't really completed all of these games. I have completed some of them, but not all of them, or like 100%, so please excuse me if I'm missing over something. They're just games that I'm proud I have in my PS4 collection. So, let's start this. First of all, we have Knack. Most of you probably don't know what this game is, but basically, there's this small dude right here, and there are small things he can connect to form to this. So, yeah. Also, excuse the lighting. 1 minute, actually, I'll try and fix that. Okay, I guess I'm not fixing it. But anyways, yeah, I'm just really glad I have this game because it's one of those games that makes you, like, feel like you're actually progressing and makes you feel very big and powerful because you're growing into this thing. From this to this. Yeah, I guess you could say it makes you feel powerful, and that's just why I like playing it. Also, it does like a ton of bonus stuff, which I really appreciate in games. But anyways, let's get on to number 9. Batman Arkham Knight. Some things this game did better than others. Some things it did not. Like the driving mechanics, I just didn't feel that they were necessary, but I'm still glad I have this. It was my introduction into the Arkham games. Well, play-wise. I still watched a ton of Let's Plays on the other one, but this is my first actual playing of like the Arkham games, and it also did introduce my favorite DC character into the Arkham games, which is Red Hood. And yeah, I just like playing as Batman because he's one of my favorite characters, DC characters as well. And also the giant cast of characters that aren't really known and are, so I always really appreciate that whenever like DC or Marvel does something like that. Throw a bunch of characters into one, crossover-wise. I mean, we have Professor Pig, Poison Ivy, Batman, Red Hood, Scarecrow, and it even makes some references to other villains like Black Mask and the Electrocutioner. I'll apologize if I'm nerding out on you. It's just what I do. Excuse that. Yeah, I'm just really glad I got into the Arkham games through this one. Honestly, I prefer I did it through, like, the first game. Right here, the second game's really good, but, hey. Gotta start somewhere. Also, you're gonna hear great a lot, because I'm just very repetitive. Anyways, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom. Now, this was my introduction into the Marvel vs. Capcom series. And, I wonder if this was purchased from GameStop. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, but, hey, I got it from GameStop. I'm getting most of my games from GameStop. And, yeah. For those of you that don't know what Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom is, it's the third rendition in Marvel vs. Capcom games. It's not that hard to figure out. But anyways, yeah. This game did not really regulate with me as much as most games do, because I kind of find the system where you have to do like techniques to perform moves, I find that a bit repetitive and kind of dumb. But hey, it was like my first introduction to fighting games in general. Like, I had no idea how like complex fighting games were. I thought you just fight, but no. All these different inputs and different styles and supers you have to perform techniques to do. So yeah, I really appreciate it, but this game taught me how to play a real fighting game. Before I just mashed buttons, and yeah. But I also love the fact that they included plenty of known and unknown characters from multiple genres of series. So yeah, let's Ultimate Reverse Capcom 3. Next up, we have Assassin's Creed Origins. It's a game I have been playing a lot lately, so excuse some bias I have right now. But this is actually wasn't the introduction to Assassin's Creed. I'll get into that a bit later. But this is the second Assassin's Creed game I've played, and with me only playing like the first one on a PS4 Assassin's Creed collection, and then this one, it was a big transition and one I highly liked. Like I didn't hate the original. I still haven't completed actually, but the original had some like wonky fighting mechanics I didn't really like, but this one handles them really well. Only difference is that this one seems to be a bit more action-oriented, and sort of doesn't really feel like a stealth game, seeing as you can't like do most of the stuff you could do in a normal stealth thing. Stealth takedowns, or well, you can, but it's just very minimal in the game. So yeah, Assassin's Creed Origins is number 7. Next, I have Destiny the Collection. Now, this game broke on me, so yeah. I did play it for a very long time in California, and I absolutely loved it. Like, it was not one of my... It wasn't the first introduction into first-person shooters. That was like a bunch of online games I've played at my house, but this game was still really cool. Of course, it was my introduction to the Destiny series, so yeah. I also just really love the customizable aspect, which you can create your characters into like robots, alien or human, and I was like a sort of rebellion story in my games. And your character wasn't like a normal character. It was just a customizable character that you had your own free will, sort of. And yeah, it also had like a bunch of guns which were like interchangeable and all different, which I always love customizability in games, so yeah. Destiny at number... I'm terrible at memorizing this stuff. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Excuse that, I had to get some pink girly cup water. Now, let's move on to my actual introduction into the Assassin's Creed series. Assassin's Creed the Ezio Collections, which is basically like the first 3 games, except it's not actually the first 3 games. It's like 1, 3, then like 4 or something. I don't know, I haven't even completed the first game in this, but yeah. I just really love how this introduced me into stealth games, basically. And I've always really wanted to get into the Assassin's Creed games, and when I did, when I started playing this, it was a great experience. I love the fact that your character is always upgrading himself with, like, first, he's an arrogant child that only knows how to fight. Then he moves on to sword fighting, and then stealth kills, and then he gets a pistol, and then he starts becoming something more of himself. It's sort of a coming-of-age story, which also I really admire. And yeah, I'm glad I get to replay these classic games and not feel lost that I wasn't able to not relive some of these classic games. Which, I really love classic games, and I love getting to old stories, sort of. which is why I also love Crash Bandicoot: The Insane Trilogy. Now, at the time of recording this, I also haven't finished it, so yeah. I've only played through Crash Bandicoot 1 and 2 Cortex Strikes Back, and I haven't even completed either of those. So, yeah. But I do like the fact that when I have followed the Crash Bandicoot series, not really thoroughly, but sort of. I mean, I have 1 second. Crash Bandicoot Twinsanity, which I never really liked. I sort of despise it, but hey. It's something. Anyways, yeah, I just like this game, mostly because it's classic. It gets you into the sort of mindset that a traditional PlayStation player would have, which is anger and frustration. And like I've said before in my other top 10 games I'm thankful for video, it always feels like it's my fault that I failed. It's not Crash's fault. I'm just not skilled enough to handle his power, which, why do I like this game again? Oh yeah, because it's freaking Crash Bandicoot, man. And you can never go wrong with him. So yeah, that's Crash Bandicoot at number 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. I can count. Next up, we have another traditional game coming into the modern day. Ratchet and Clank. Yes, it is a traditional... Well, it's not really traditional, but it was basically a recreation. Also not really a recreation, it was... a retelling of the Crash Bandicoot series with different things happening. Why am I having so much of a hard time describing this game? It's Ratchet and Clank. It was a retelling of the first game, which it sort of is and isn't. Can I start over with my life? Basically, they redid the entire Crash bit. No, Crash. You were 4. This is 3. It's a retelling of the original game, the first original game, but it includes new things, like a different boss battles sometimes in a different world, plus new upgrades. Yes, and I really liked my introduction to the Ratchet and Clank series, seeing as it's basically dead now. And I don't like it when games series that are still beloved by plenty of fans to this day die out. And it was nice to see that this series was recreated, because I've always wanted to get into a classic series, like I've said before, and Ratchet and Clank was definitely one of them I enjoyed. It being recreated into the modern day. And another recreation seems to be weirdly my favorite kind of games is, well, let's read this name again. Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 plus 2.5 Remix. It's 6 Kingdom Hearts games in one. And I've always really, really liked the Kingdom Hearts games. And this wasn't actually my first time entering the Kingdom Hearts series. Really, it was Kingdom Hearts Remixed on the DS, I believe. So you can see that this game has some battle scars from a dog. Yeah. But it still is one of my most favorite and beloved games. Just the fact that I get to play 6 Kingdom Hearts games, which is a series I really adore, into one sort of package. So yeah, I just really love the fact that I get to play this game. even though the series is sort of bad. But no, coming up with a new game. So that is going to be fun whenever I get to play that. And for number 1. No, actually, I think I'm going to do something different. Let's recap. For number 10. Didn't hear anything. For number 10, Knack. For number 9, Batman Arkham Knight. For number 8, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. For number... Why am I bad at counting? 10, 9, 8, 7, Assassin's Creed Origins. At number 6, Destiny, the Collection. At number 6, Assassin's Creed, the Ezio Collection. At number 5, Crash Bandicoot, the Insane Trilogy. At number 4, I think I counted wrong. Okay. Redo recap. Number 10, Knack. Number 9, Batman Arkham Origins. Number 8, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. At number 7, Assassin's Creed Origins. Number 6, Destiny, the Collection. At number 1, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, Assassin's Creed the Ezio Collection. At number 4, Crash Bandicoot the Insane Trilogy. At number 3, Ratchet Clank. And at number 2, Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 plus 2.5 Remix. Now, for the number 1 game I am grateful for, or thankful for, Infamous Second Son. Yes, this was number 1 of my top 10 thankful games I'm thankful for. But I really just love this game. It was my sort of first choice game and my introduction into the Infamous series. And what I mean by choice game is it's a game where you have like multiple choices, where your choices actually impact the story. And this is my first delve into a game like that. So yeah. Also with all the different upgrades and any game where you have the choice of what you upgrade is always a game I freaking love. But this one also combines morals with conflict and sort of like personal, or I forget what it's called, but choices that are relating to real life. It's really is my favorite game on the PS4 and in general. So yeah. Infamous Second Son, my number 1 game I am thankful for now at least. And from King Nerdius to you, I hope you have a happy Thanksgiving and a Merry Christmas. And remember to stay nerdy.